Welcome to Wrestling is Hard, where every side is the dark side of the ring. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at hard4wrestling. Email questions and complaints at wrestlingsHard@gmail.com. I'm Jim. Merry Christmas, Brandon. It's not really Christmas, but are you in the season, the spirits of the season, Brandon?
What would you switch over?
Muty bells, beauty all the way.
I'm balls deep in the season right now. We put our tree up before Thanksgiving. I just watched about 20 Christmas movies since Saturday night. So
holy shit!
Could
Why
not anymore in this season?
Fuck!
Why would you do that to yourself, Chris? Are you ready? Are you ready for Christmas? For the holidays?
I am currently maneuvering to purchase my truck. A lease buyout on my truck.
Yeah, we already talked about this.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know we talked about it, but it's,
okay. Where are we at now in the stages?
People.
So,
I mean, just
updates.
Financing and people getting phone calls from people that are supposed to be helping you out, and you have to talk to somebody that's like, no, you get to talk to somebody that's English is a second language. And thank you very much, sir. And I would like to thank you. Yes, thank you very much, sir. And I got to the point. How the fucking point that shit to do? That's what I'm like right now. Every fucking day. That's
sometimes.
it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
We're
not getting a Christmas.
Wait a minute. You're one of those people that like there's car commercials where I got you something for Christmas. It's not a car you wanted. It's just a car with a big bow on it.
Fuck that. Oh God, no.
Those commercials are the worst.
I hope. Well, that was actually my Christmas gift when we got the truck initially. It was the same year we got the house.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife said to me, "Are we buying Christmas gifts to each other for each other?" And I said, "We got a house and a truck. I don't need shit. I'm fucking happy, and I don't need shit this year either." So, but yeah, we're just in the process of doing this kind of stuff. It's just annoying because they always want to call you when you told them not to. What would be a good time to call you? Tomorrow, 3 p.m. They call you at 1. Well, I can't. I'm beating it. This is my time. This is my time.
I'm actually playing with my penis right now. That's why I asked you to call me at 3.
I'm fucking my fleshlight.
I'm sliding around on my tarp.
But other than that, yeah, it's great.
Times. I don't have my tree up yet.
I don't think we're getting a tree.
I have a fake one.
You have a fucking evil tree, don't you?
No, I got rid of that one.
Oh, did you?
I got a real deal one, like a nice one. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. My wife looks at them all the time, and then we never buy one. I may just decorate my rubber tree.
There you go.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I had to bring all that stuff inside, so it's like a bit of a jungle. And we're still getting.
When you can look over my shoulder, you can see my jungle.
Yeah, we're still getting work done in my house, so we only have one working television. So when it came down to this week's subject, I could only do so much. Had to rely a lot on memory.
Wait, did you expect me to make you that you had to watch?
No. But I wanted to. I mean, it was like I'm going to try to do this because some of them were just things that I like to watch over and over again anyway.
Yes.
Some of them are
move
not.
on to our subject. What are we talking about anyway?
I don't know. Why don't you let us know, Jim?
We are going to rate and rank and vote on through a bracket, completely randomized, the greatest Christmas film ever.
Chromelet.
Now, of course, this is according to our definition of a Christmas film. And if you don't think Die Hard's a Christmas movie, I don't fucking care. Because that's it's included in here. As long as Christmas is a theme, it's in here. You guys ready to go?
I'm ready.
Completely randomized. Brandon, you ready?
I am ready. 2 things I would like to go over at the top, or really just
Let's
one.
Go.
A Christmas Story.
Oh, it's not on here?
Not to be found. Is that intentional?
That wasn't intentional.
Now it's overplayed. I wouldn't have picked it.
I don't know why you guys didn't tell me.
I didn't even think of it. I think I blocked it from my fucking memory. That movie, they've ruined it.
Let's remove something.
I don't think we. I don't know that we need to because it's the most talked about Christmas movie of all time. But I was like, damn.
No, it isn't on here. Holy shit. Okay, let's put a big asterisk. Well, how about this? We'll get rid of the Santa Claus because that's a Tim Allen film.
Yeah,
He's a
fuck
fucking
that.
dick.
Yeah.
And we'll
let's
just
get
plug
rid
in.
of that. Wait. What's his show?
That's full time?
No. There's a new one.
People are still employing him.
Fuck, what the
Yeah.
hell's the name of his show? And it's first of all, it's on
Anti-woke or something.
It's on WGN, which is the superstation out of Chicago, runs rerun. Last Man Standing. Hold on.
That was
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Last Man Standing aired on ABC. Right? Then I never watched it. Then it got moved to it got canceled. So guess who picked it up? Fox. Because it was, it's in line with Fox News. Then I guess WGN, which is now Newsmax or News Nation, airs it all day long. Yeah, it's very odd. And
is News Nation one of these like right wing things, like Newsmax or whatever?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, right.
It's not. I don't know if it's. You would say it was. It's. I mean, yeah.
It depends on who owns it. That'll tell you.
Depends on who owns it. You're right. I would say it probably is, but I don't. I don't want to say it because I don't know who the fuck. I've never watched it, so I don't know what the fuck's on there. I mean, Cuomo's on there now, but he's kind of a dick, so that fits right in. Doesn't matter who he used to work for. These guys will fucking change they'll change their fucking views.
So this is
a fucking dollar.
We're talking about WGN, right? The old Chicago
WGN,
channel.
yeah.
Next Star
Media.
Broadcasting Group.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know.
We're doing a little bit of digging here. Let's figure this out before we move on. News Nation. Next Star Media Group. Interesting. Someone's typing.
That'll be me.
Yeah.
Next Star Media Group, right wing or left wing? Nothing comes up. I don't know.
Okay, maybe they're just curious. It's just a weird name for a company I never heard of. You hear something at Next Star. You're like, what?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What was the one I used to watch? This show on. What the hell was the name of that show I used to watch? It was on Fox at the end, I think, or whatever. It was. No, the one with the cops, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That was a good after work while you're cleaning the bar show.
Yep.
And at the end of it, one of the production companies was Fremulon.
Yes, excellent. An alien entity.
Yeah, the Fremulon.
And obviously, I'm assuming they were doing that on purpose. Fremulon.
Bum bum.
Just the abyss of content that's available now. Like some of these movies we picked up are on Tubi, and if you go into Tubi or Pluto TV, you can really see the depths of media that's just been created that I'm completely unaware of. But Tim Allen's Last Man Standing made me think of this. Fucking 9 seasons, 194 episodes of this shit
of Last Man Standing.
Yeah,
it was on Fox the whole time.
No, it started on ABC.
Oh, okay,
ABC,
which is what I believe. Yeah, it definitely was because Dana Carvey was on ABC. Fucking
show is amazing.
What do you call it? Home Improvement was on ABC, so they probably had some sort of relationship with Tim Allen and their production group. Because I'm sure if you went through a number of ABC shows after that show, after the Tim Allen Home Improvement show became popular, I can almost guarantee you that a number of their shows, no matter what they were, produced by the same production company.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If you would have asked me, I would have said 2 seasons. But it turns out it's like one of the longest running shows ever. This,
he's like ultra manly.
He's a manly man.
Yeah, fucking coke dealer from Michigan. Check me out.
Last time he was cool was when he did drugs. He's like Kiss.
Yeah, let's get that fucking. I was a little disappointed that was on there, and I didn't watch it. And I've never seen it. And I was just
Santa Claus.
I never seen it. Yeah, I've never seen it.
But it's gone now, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let's talk about this. It started off completely randomized. Start from the top. In the Poop Pants Conference.
Yeah, we got the same conferences.
We got the same conferences. Of course we do.
Always.
Here we go. Now, I did not listen. I found this list and combined it with another list, and that's where I came up with this thing. And like I said, it's completely randomized, so don't hold it against me. Let me give you a little description. The Martians kidnap Santa Claus because there is nobody on Mars to give their children presents. Of course, we're talking about Santa Claus Conquers the Martians in blazing Technicolor. And it's going up against a snobbish investor and a wily street con artist find their positions reversed as part of a bet by two callous millionaires. John Landis film starring Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. Trading Places takes place in Philadelphia. Brandon, I'll let you start it off. Who wins, in your opinion?
First of all, The Santa Claus Conquers the Martians is a movie for those that have been lobotomized. This was one of the tougher watches of the 32 so far. It looked like they made this movie for about $50. The Martians are just wearing green leotards with like spray painted bowls or colanders over their head, with their hair sticking out the bottom, and they basically live where we live. Mars is just like here.
Mars
they
just
food as pills. Right. Trading Places, I think, is going to move forward. Not a great movie. Some of the jokes don't hold up to today's standards, but you get a great scene of Dan Aykroyd dressed up in a Santa suit eating a salmon on a bus. Some funny stuff in here.
Chris?
I think you already know the answer to this question.
Go ahead. Tell me why. Hell yeah.
One of the greatest.
Who keeps still putting out cools on my carpet?
This fucking movie is not only, in my opinion, the greatest, my favorite, I shouldn't say the greatest, my favorite comedy of all time. It's my favorite Christmas movie of all time. So it's kind of giving away the rest of this fucking bracket. And it is, I don't think they ever made a movie that represented Philadelphia better than this fucking movie. It's so weird, gritty, dirty. It's so everything about it that's like, you know, it's got everything. It's a holiday movie. It's a revenge movie, right? It's a David versus Goliath movie. It's Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs movie. It's that woman dancing to that song and showing her boobs movie, and then forget it. It's got some of the best one-liners. It's got Giancarlo Esposito, who was Gus Fring in Breaking Bad. He's in this. This fucking movie's tough to beat, dude. It's got one of my favorite lines of any movie, which is where he stops that song and he goes, "Get the fuck out," which I do at the end of the night almost at least 3 times a month at work. So the Santa Claus movie, yeah, fuck, man. The fucking robot, the fucking Martians, the elves, the fucking old man on Mars that is and it was filmed with a tape recorder. Like, it's horrible. So I'm gonna have to go with Trading Places on this. I fucking love this movie.
Lionel Joseph.
It's got that. I mean, look, it's got that, which is so bad.
Blackface scene.
He's in blackface. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Al Franken gets fucked by a monkey. Oh no, he watches this. Al Franken's the guy that's the monkey handler.
Yeah.
And they fuck the guy. They Beaks. They fuck Beaks.
The ape fucks Beaks. Hold on. Can I do it? I guess I can do it. Fuck it.
Good.
Soon the train will be pulling into Philadelphia. We'll be getting off the street. And look, blackface is wrong. Yes. We can all agree on that.
Yes.
But when it's done to fuck over the evil white man, is it that wrong? I mean, it's in the greater good, right? And the thing about it is it's so fucking bad. Like his whole Jamaican act is so unbelievably bad that it kind of cuts the edge off. I mean, it doesn't hold that. That's probably the only part of that movie that doesn't hold up.
Yeah, it totally doesn't.
You know, I mean, other than that, and even that, it's like, look, I've never met anyone who saw that and was offended by that.
Oh, I am.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't hold up, and you don't see it as much as you used to, and it's because
Trading Places it goes through.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Tonight on Wrestling is Hard, blackface, is there a time and place?
In the 1940s, a young boy named Ralphie Parker attempts to convince his parents, teacher, and Santa Claus that a Red Ryder Range 200-shot BB gun really is the perfect Christmas gift. Talking about the often played, it's almost played out, A Christmas Story, not intentionally left off. I don't know what the fuck happened with this list. Next time, you guys got to let me know when I leave something off like that.
I for some reason I didn't even realize it was left off. I think I saw the word Christmas on this list so many fucking times that I just assumed that one of them must have said A Christmas Story.
It's going up against a tough one here. An 8-year-old troublemaker must protect his house from a pair of burglars when he is accidentally left home alone by his family during Christmas vacation. We're talking about Home Alone. So we got A Christmas Story versus Home Alone. Brandon, good luck.
For me, this is Home Alone, no problem. Christmas Story is great, but Home Alone was an essential VHS in my house growing up. I was like right in that age group where the Macaulay Culkin movies were for me. Who's cooler than Culkin at the time? Buzz's girlfriend, Wolf, the Wet Bandits. There's so many memorable parts of this fucking movie. I'm going to go Home Alone.
Chris, go ahead.
Jim, you'll remember this. Do you remember like if we be in school before Christmas and sometimes they would show this in the auditorium, A Christmas Story? Do you remember them doing it? They did it when I remember them doing. I mean, it was special, that movie, when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then 20 plus years of them showing it for 24 hours straight. Now they don't even wait for Christmas to do it. They do it on like Thanksgiving. And if we haven't seen it enough, now there's a sequel.
Which he is so disturbing looking. I don't know if I can watch it. They all are. They're just old.
Yeah.
But they look the same.
And let's be honest. There's only one really good thing about that movie, and it's fucking Darren McGavin. The dad, and he's dead. So, and Home Alone, based solely on the fact that Joe Pesci's head burns. Ah! It goes through.
My vote does not matter, so it doesn't make a difference.
What would you have picked for bookkeeping purposes?
Well, originally I would have picked Home Alone because fuck Tim Allen, but I would have taken A Christmas Story.
Okay.
Everybody knows I don't like Home Alone. I cannot stand that film. It's very controversial, I know.
Extrapolate. This is the whole point of the podcast.
It's just the entire premise is just so fucking stupid that the family left one of their kids home alone. It's just so stupid. So fucking dumb.
And then they continue to leave him home alone
for like
5 times.
So fucking stupid. I don't know. I never bought it, bro. Let's move on.
That's one of the toughest sales for a sequel ever.
Yeah. So how can we figure out a way to keep him, leave him home alone again,
and have them keep him?
Let's go to Paris. Isn't that the second one? They go to Paris.
That's the first one. The second one's New York. That's where Donald Trump, who's been removed from the film.
Has he really?
They took him out. I think when they show it on cable, he's not on there anymore.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to be in this movie anymore. I'm the president. That's my Donald Trump impersonation. How'd I sound? All right, let's move on. Depressed at the commercialism he sees around him, Charlie Brown tries to find a deeper meaning to Christmas. Of course, we're talking about A Charlie Brown Christmas, which is going against Prepare yourself. All right, get ready for this. A young woman discovers that she is the focus of an evil Nazi experiment involving selective breeding and summoning elves. An attempt to create a race of supermen. She and two of her friends are trapped in a department store with an elf, and only Dan Haggerty, a.k.a. Grizzly fucking Adams, as the renegade loose cannon Santa Claus, can save them. The film is called Elves. The year was 1989. Grizzly Adams is not only acts in this, he's also, I believe, the director. You can check it out on YouTube. I suggest you do. Prepare yourself, especially for the first 20 minutes. Brandon, you're up first.
I'll save some for you guys, but fucking Grizzly Adams busting into that guy's house on Christmas Eve and be like, all right, shoot me straight about these goddamn Nazi elves. Just can't wait till Thursday. Fucking kids are sitting there. He's like, getting told this horror story. They're not fucking making him leave the room. The dad's like got the carver for the ham, for the Christmas ham, and he's just like, you gotta shoot me straight, partner. What's going on?
What are you doing in here? You're ruining my Christmas.
You know, I'm on the neighborhood watch. I'm going Elves 1989. Fuck it. We
Chris,
can't leave it out.
Go ahead, Chris. Your turn.
Oh God, can I play it?
Go
You
ahead.
want to do some audio?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pervert, I'm not a pervert. I like to see a naked girl. I'm your fucking sister. Yeah, and you've got fucking big tits, and I'm gonna tell everybody I saw them.
Oh, while wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pajamas.
I'm your sister. Yeah, and you've got fucking big tits.
You got big fucking tits, and I'm gonna show everybody I saw them. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What? It's fucking brilliant. I gotta. Yeah. We're gonna go with elves as
Elves.
opposed to the wholesome story of Charlie Brown trying to find a deeper meaning of Christmas.
Excellent film. Elves. Way better than Charlie Brown Christmas. How about Grizzly Adams? He gets locked. First of all, there's so many fucking cigarettes in this movie. Everybody is sucking down fucking cigarettes. Unbelievable. Grizzly Adams goes to go buy cigs. He gets a carton of like Pall Malls. He gets locked out of his trailer. So he goes, I guess, to a coffee shop, and they have an overhead shot of an ashtray full of cigs, butts, and the carton open. He's just ripping fucking cigarettes to make the hunger pains go away.
You know,
At one point, I think he's even smoking a cigarette in a library.
You just chain smoking cigs and live in a department store. Learn about Nazi elves. This is like a guy who huffed paint for 40 years. It's like last days on Earth.
What a fever dream film. Jesus Christ. Chris, good.
I was going to say, we do these things every year. We like to find we'll do like little tournament brackets. We've been talking about figuring out how to do a watch along. I think next Christmas, we got to figure out how to do an elves watch along.
Watch along with elves. And the quality of the stream, the best stream that I found was the one I sent you guys, or I told you about. The quality of the stream is so fucking bad. Like, as soon as it dims a little bit, you can't see shit. You're like,
Yeah, I think I watched it on YouTube.
that's what I watched.
Yeah.
It was like
It's on YouTube.
VHSstreaming.com or something it was.
And it's
But
always
that is perfect if you want to do a stream because anybody can watch it.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny too. Like it always cracks me up how bottom of the barrel a movie is when you just go on YouTube and it's just there and nobody's even claiming to try and make money off it. It's just
Nobody cares.
nobody knows. Nobody cares. The company that owned the rights has been defunct for 20 years, probably. Like they don't have nobody. This is just public domain at this point.
Right. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's literally just like a blown out tire on the side of the highway. It's just not the internet. It's just
Nobody
elves.
gives a shit. You can take it if you want. Nobody knows who owns it.
What a fucking movie. I highly recommend you check it out. All right, next up. Two newly paired cops who are complete opposites must put aside their differences in order to catch a gang of drug smugglers. We're talking about Lethal Weapon, which happens during the Christmas season. Just going up against Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Young reindeer Rudolph lives at the North Pole. His father is one of Santa's reindeer, and it is expected that Rudolph will eventually be one too. However, he has a future, which is a setback, and it causes him to be ostracized. His red nose. Brandon, go.
Oh, geez. Lethal Weapon. Probably could have used a rewatch. I haven't seen this one in a while, but I'm definitely going Rudolph on behalf of all the claymation Christmas movies. I'm personally, I think, a bigger fan of Santa Claus is Coming to Town with the Burgermeister Meisterburger, but
Yeah, Burgermeister
Rudolph
Meisterburger.
is moving along on at least via my vote for on behalf of all of them.
Chris?
Do you want to jump? Lethal Weapon is one of my favorite movies of all time. I fucking love it. I'm going Lethal Weapon. Do you want to jump? Come on, let's jump. Do you want to jump?
So the whole question is, so we grew up with a guy who thought he was the guy from Lethal Weapon.
Yes, we did.
He blew his hair out like what's his name?
Murtaugh.
Murtaugh. He thought
No,
he was
Riggs. He was
Riggs.
Riggs.
He's Riggs. Thought he was
You
some crazy hair.
asshole.
Thought he was crazy like him. I'm crazy. I'm nuts. You want to go nuts? Come on, let's go nuts.
He lived his life as a Lethal Weapon character.
Yeah, except he was always hooked up to one of those nebulizers because he had asthma, so he couldn't really do anything that
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon guy could do.
Ooh, and
Gary Busey's in Lethal Weapon.
I think Hickson
Tom
Gracie
Atkins
was
is in
the fight coordinator.
What's that?
Hickson Gracie was the fight coordinator
There you go.
for that movie.
Sorry, it's got to be Lethal Weapon. Sorry,
There
Rudolph.
you go.
Definitely, it's great rewatchability. You can watch it over and over again.
Not
There's
on
some
any of the
weird-
streaming services.
No,
Probably on HBO. It's not on HBO Max.
Hey.
I think it's a Warner Brothers movie.
They want $3.99 if you want to get your paws on that.
there we go. All right, let's go across the board. You want to go across the board? We'll look across over here. Move on to the wouldn't recognize him shitting in a trough next to me bracket. First up, an old one, but it's a good one, isn't it? After a divorced New York mother hires a nice old man to play Santa Claus at Macy's, she is startled by his claim to be the genuine article. When his sanity is questioned, a lawyer defends him in court by arguing that he's not mistaken. The Miracle on 34th Street, the classic, against a young man inadvertently breaks 3 important rules concerning his new pet and unleashes a horde of malevolently mischievous monsters on the town. Gremlins. Hell yeah. Brandon, who you got?
I watched Miracle on 34th Street for the first time last night. It was a good time. I watched with my girlfriend. Teared up a little bit. Powerful movie. And then the other movie that we got a fucking gremlin, a mogwai named Spike or Stripe, going ham in a YMCA. I think I got to go Gremlins here.
Chris.
I'm gonna go with the Gremlins. I love that movie. I think we saw that in the movie theater.
Yeah, definitely. We
It's
were
hella.
probably too young to go see that in the movie theater. Just like a lot of the movies we went and saw when we were kids. We were too young for it.
Altered States.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah. Oh, fuck. All right. Yeah.
I don't want to watch these kids. Let's take them to this highly inappropriate movie. And while we're at it, we'll stop at the strip bar at the Pennsauken Mart.
At the fence.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Fuck. Sorry.
True story. I was. They stuck me in front of the pinball machine and a stripper came up and shaked her tassels at me. I was a little kid. I was like, "Oh God, movies!"
In Pennsauken?
Pennsauken, New Jersey. They used to have a strip club in the mall. Pennsauken Mart. Are you old enough to remember the Mart, Brandon?
No.
No.
The Pennsauken Mart?
The Dirt
Pennsauken
Mall.
Mart. It's a dirt
It's
mall.
just called Dirt Mall.
Zern's was our dirt mall.
Yeah, it was just like Zern's, but it was in Pennsauken.
And they had a Topples bar in there.
Strip
Yeah.
club.
Holy shit.
Pretty wild. It was a wild scene. And then, we would go, and as soon as we went in, you knew what was happening after that. The fight. Like
Yeah.
our parents were fighting. We were doomed. Like, not only were we gonna look at titties, and we were way too young to be looking at boobs. Like, oh,
oh God.
oh god, you just play pinball. It was so weird.
Yeah, why were your parents going to the titty bar together?
It was the one side of them. It wasn't the mother. It was the stepfather
Okay.
and grandfather. Good times.
Yeah, I hate that, dude. Going to you see a father-son combo.
Let's enjoy our sexual arousal together, son.
It's a bonding moment. No,
See what you got
it
going on
ain't,
there.
bro.
You're packing some heat down there, son. Good job. It's like
Yeah,
I can see it. You know, as I'm looking at your pants, I can see it growing.
Just
Let me
boners
see it
with
out.
dad.
Pull it out. I want to see. I want to see how big you got there. You got some hair down there yet?
Boners with dad.
Boners with
Boner
Dad,
bond.
2022.
Boner bonded. Come here, son, or you're uncircumcised. Let's dock.
Oh God, it's Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, let's move on.
So this is why we're picking Gremlins.
Oh God, fuck.
We used to like Gremlins.
I don't know how we got from Gremlins to that like very very fast.
Why was my childhood so bad?
It's insane.
Yeah,
First up,
that's pretty next level fucked up that you mentioned the movie Gremlins and you're within 90 seconds of the titty bar and talking.
dick talking. Woo! All right.
Father son dick talking.
Ugh.
Get it together, man.
Got to be professional here because we're getting paid. All right, next up. A grumpy hermit hatches a plan to steal Christmas from the Who's of Whoville in How the Grinch Stole Christmas versus in the depths of the Kora Tunturi Mountains, 486 meters deep, lies the closest ever guarded secret of Christmas. Time has come to dig it up. The Christmas everyone believe in. What? The Christmas everyone will believe in Santa Claus. It's the film Rare Exports. It's a Finnish horror film. Brandon, what you got?
Yeah, I was looking for the movie Rare Imports for a little while.
Yeah,
This was originally labeled
Rare
as-
Imports.
originally titled as Rare Imports. Rare Exports asked the question: if you discover someone frozen underneath the earth and you thaw them out and they're alive, do you now own them as property? As they dig Santa Claus up, immediately cage him and try to sell him to the highest bidder.
Mm-hmm.
Versus a 25-minute musical, which I hate musicals and not a big cartoon guy, but I'm actually a big fan of this. I don't know. Maybe I might hear your guys' arguments for this one and leave my vote up to be had.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I remember seeing Rare. Oh, it's changed now. It's magically changed. I remember seeing Rare Importer Exporter. I remember seeing it. I forget when I saw it. Recently, it popped up. Maybe last year. And I couldn't have possibly lost fucking interest in that movie faster. It couldn't have happened faster. I was immediately in my phone, and I think the question, "What the fuck is this shit we're watching?" came out a few times. So I'm gonna have to go with The Grinch Stole Christmas.
There you go, Brandon. What do you got?
You're up. What do you got?
Oh, me? I'll make it interesting. I will go with Rare Exports.
Oh God. Well, then we're going with Grinch. We need some volatility here. We can't do all just dog shit movies.
That one went too fast. Now I got to do.
And
I
Chris's
got to do my
favorites.
whole shtick. Talk about
Gotta
something.
warm
I'm
the pipes up.
doing my shtick here.
Brandon, did you ever go to a strip bar with your stepfather?
Yeah.
When you were 3?
in a dirt ball by chance.
In the dirtiest mall of all time? I wish I could I wish there was a way I could go back in time and just look to see what the strippers looked like.
Oh yeah,
The dulled eyes,
they look like the cigarettes in Grizzly Adams' ashtray.
Were you old enough to feel like looks on your stepdad for doing this?
No, it was a big joke. Everything was so
this-
funny.
Oh, you know, all the I barely remember. I have like flashes of it, and I'm sure what the flashes are in my head of this happening. I remember that it happened. I don't remember anything about it, and I'm sure what I do remember is completely wrong. So I just know I remember that it happened.
It happened to me twice. So there you go. Once at the Washington Inn too. What happened there? Washington Inn, right? Or Washington Tavern.
Washington Inn, I
Northeast
think it was, right?
It was also strip
Or the
club.
Oak,
Good time.
or the Oakford Inn.
Was the Oakford before the Washington?
Now the Washington was actually you're thinking of the Washington Motor Lodge, aren't you?
No, I'm thinking of there's a place.
You're not getting
right
them
where-
conflated.
Nope, there was a place right at the border with the Philly border with Ben Salem or Langhorne.
Oh,
Big
okay.
white building. It was called the Washington Inn.
Oh, all right. There you go.
That was a strip club. That
You
had
might
been
be getting conflated the Oakford Motor Lodge titty bar with the
Conflated.
Washington titty bar.
Conflated. That was
conflating
right, wasn't it?
conflating the. How dare you
Conflating
conflate them.
things. Let me look this up. I think I was right.
Oakford Motor Lodge.
That's just funny the way you said it. Conflating the Oakford Motor Lodge with the Oakford Inn. All right, let's move on. Ready?
Oh no, that's combining two or more texts or ideas. Okay, all right,
There
I
you go.
got that wrong. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, pretty much that's what happened there. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, keep conflating. All right, next up. The classic. An angel is sent from heaven to help a desperately frustrated businessman by showing him what life would be like if he had never existed. We're talking about It's a Wonderful Life versus Santa Claus is actually a demon who lost a bet with an angel. So he becomes the giver of joys and happiness. But when the bet is off, he returns to his evil ways. Bill Goldberg stars in Santa's Sleigh. Brandon, go ahead.
What a matchup here. Sometimes the randomizer it comes up big here with two sides of the same coin, you know?
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart, Pride of Indiana, Pennsylvania, all-time classic. Or Goldberg with just a bunch of shitty celebrity cameos and about enough scenes in it to have a movie trailer, and that's it. The only did you guys watch this movie recently? Because I had a hard time finding it. I had to go to YouTube.
When's the last time? Oh, I watched it. No, I watched it 2 years ago. I watched it.
Okay.
I forget where I watched it. I think I watched it on YouTube. Didn't I?
So
I don't remember.
the only thing I I couldn't find this movie anywhere, but thank God that some guy who notes before the movie starts that he's dying of cancer and he's been enjoying uploading videos of Goldberg to YouTube to inspire him. Uploaded this movie to YouTube so that I could watch.
What a blessed time.
Wait a minute. Was he talking before it?
No, it's just
The
I'll pull it
description.
up. It was just a white, it's like a black box. It's the video started Goldberg in Santa's Sleigh full movie. He says, "Hi, I'm Scott. I'm glad you like this."
That's the same thing. I didn't read any of that. I just kept it.
It's like the Goldberg videos I upload to the left.
I didn't look at it.
As I've recently been diagnosed with cancer, which is
I can't.
as a tribute to the amazing Goldberg to help cheer me up. I put most of my time into this.
Most of my
Hey man, if he's only got 10 minutes left, that is all of his time.
Santa's Sleigh.
Oh my god. What's this guy's name? Scott.
Just the video is titled Goldberg in Santa's Sleigh 2005. And it's like literally 1 second of the video, the first thing that comes up.
He started editing it and he died.
Goldberg in Santa's Sleigh full movie. He hasn't uploaded in 2.5 months, so I don't know how he's doing, but
I'm
He's
sorry,
dead.
bud. Sorry, Scott.
fuck, that was funny.
Yeah. So who'd you pick?
Santa's Sleigh, why not?
Okay. Chris?
This is hard. Do I go
I can't
adult?
believe it.
Do I go full adult here, or do I
The one-
go with Fran Drescher's getting her hair burned off and dunked in eggnog? Look, I don't know what to pick here because one, It's a Wonderful Life that's a really good movie. I mean, like it's an actually really well done movie. But it doesn't have Fran Drescher getting her face burned, her hair burned off and drowned in eggnog, or James Caan getting knives stuck through his hands and trying to get him out with his teeth, and then getting killed with a chicken drumstick. but I'm gonna go. We're gonna leave it up to Jim. I'm gonna go with It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay, this is all right. One of these movies has Chris Kattan and one doesn't. I'm going with Santa Sleigh. I'm taking the Chris Kattan movie.
Chris Kattan knocked Jimmy Stewart out in round 1.
Yep. Can you believe that?
Oh, my ear! My bad ear. Come on, the drunk pharmacist. You gave me wrong medicine. You're sick. And he's smacking the shit out of him. And then there's a Saturday Night Live skip where they go and they beat him up. It's John Lovett. They're beating up the dummy.
Oh my God.
Oops, I accidentally grabbed a big glass bottle that says Poison XXX on it and filled this guy's prescription with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's move on. A New York City police officer tries to save his estranged wife and several others taken hostage by terrorists during a Christmas party at the Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles. We're talking about, of course, Bruce Willis and Die Hard up against Christmas Carol. Ebenezer Scrooge, a curmudgeonly, miserly businessman, has no time for sentimentality and largely views Christmas as a waste of time. However, this Christmas Eve, he'll be visited by 3 spirits who will show him the error of his ways. We're talking about the 1951 one with Alistair Sim, which I found very scary and used to watch every year. Brandon, go ahead.
It is creepy. It's a creepy movie, and It's not even the best version of this movie, in my personal opinion. Die Hard, arguments about whether it's a Christmas movie or not, have that somewhere else. In my opinion, the best of all movies on this list. This movie fucking rocks. Die Hard moves on.
Chris?
So this version of A Christmas Carol, to me, is Alistair Sim version is the quintessential Christmas Carol. And it's creepy, like you said. But it doesn't have Alan Rickman as the villain.
No.
And
It also doesn't have the coked up guy.
Yeah. Yeah. The coked up guy and the dude that's just wearing shitty Kmart sweatpants and sweatshirt.
Yes.
I'm going to go on a terrorist action. Can I have your finest in gray sweatpants sweatshirt combo? I don't think you can go anything other than Die Hard on this list. Fucking Alan Rickman, man.
Oh yeah.
We were watching the Harry Potter 20 years of Harry Potter or whatever it was on Sunday night. Mm-hmm. And I like just seeing Alan Rickman, that scene in those movies when you find out what happens with Alan Rickman. Spoiler alert, he's a good guy. That brings me to tears every fucking time, man. Alan Rickman's a shit. It's a shame that he died so young. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Die Hard on this one.
There you go. Die Hard goes through.
I watched that movie over the weekend. They truly do not make action movies like that anymore.
No, it's absolutely insane.
No.
It's got Carl Winslow as the cop, too. Is he dead?
Yeah, he's still around.
All right. Next up.
I don't think that's his actual name. I think he's Carl Winslow. And did I do that? I think that was his name in that.
He was the limo driver in what's his name? The fucking Outback dude.
Yes, he was.
What was that called?
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee. He was the limo driver. Yeah. Jack Skellington, the king of Halloween Town, discovers Christmas Town, but his attempts to bring Christmas to his home causes confusion. We're talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas versus, after being mistaken for an actor, a New York thief is sent to Hollywood to train under a private eye for a potential movie role. But the duo are thrown together with a struggling actress to a murder mystery. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, starring box office poison Val Kilmer.
Fuck that.
Yeah, don't you slander Kilmer like that. So full disclosure, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the only movie out of the 32 that I have not watched and don't even know what it's about. Mm-hmm. However, I dislike The Nightmare Before Christmas enough that I'm going to give it a vote for, just as a non-entity here.
There you go. Chris?
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, out of all these movies, is the one that I watched so long ago. I remember finding it remotely entertaining. Nightmare Before Christmas is Hot Topic. So let's just go with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and get Nightmare Before Christmas off this fucking list. I can't stand the sight of it.
I am vetoing everyone, and I'm saying Val Kilmer is not allowed on this list.
No.
Did you know I don't like Val Kilmer?
I know you watched his documentary.
I did. It was actually
It's
very
pretty
good.
charming.
Yeah,
And I know you're a big fan of Val Kilmer in The Saint.
Oh my God, what a terrible. Fuck.
My name is Bruno Holland Flowers. My name is August Christopher. He gave me simplicity and clarity, but do not give them both.
What's your favorite Val Kilmer line, Brandon?
Probably Tombstone when he's like completely bloodless at seeing his toes sticking out of the end of his bed going, that's funny, or whatever. I think that's what he says. Just laughing at his own impending death.
Say wham! Fucking love that movie. Cinematic masterpiece.
My favorite Val Kilmer line is in his documentary when he was like,
I knew this was coming around. I'm like, he's not just asking me about my thoughts on Kilmer lines. He has some horrible
It'll
joke
line
that's
it up.
gonna
Yeah.
it'll light up. That is a
bat him around, knock him in.
successful song and dance team become romantically involved with a sister act and team up to save the failing Vermont Inn of their former commanding general. Pretty much sounds like the plot of just about every movie on the Hallmark Channel. White Christmas, starring Bing Crosby and Danny fucking Kaye, against the Muppet characters tell their version of the classic tale of an old and bitter miser's redemption on Christmas Eve. And we're talking about the Muppet Christmas Carol, Brannigan.
Yeah. Of all the old movies on this list, White Christmas is by far my least favorite. I really don't give a shit for Bing Crosby and Danny fucking Kaye dancing. Or fucking Danny Kaye. The Muppets Christmas Carol, in my opinion, is the better version of the movie, like it or not. So I'm giving that to vote.
Chris?
I think it's safe to say that every Christmas movie on Hallmark Channel is basically based on White Christmas. Not the other way around.
Other way around.
But every year that comes on, it pops up on Netflix for years around Christmas time. And,
White Christmas?
yeah. And every year I would try to watch it, and every year I would fucking tune out 15 minutes into it. It's just does now. No thanks. When they start getting like dun 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 dun, dun, dun. I don't need any of this in my life. No, I'm going to go with, and I think we have to have, by default, we have to have an actual Christmas Carol has to make it. So we'll go with the Muppets.
Muppets. I have a friend that really loves and every year watches A Christmas Carol or White Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. But
I
Muppets
tried.
Christmas Carol is amazing.
Yeah, it's Muppets.
It's got Alfred. Alfred is the as Ebenezer Scrooge. It's fucking great.
Musicals are a tough watch for me.
Yeah. I think I don't really. There's a couple musicals I do like, but not many. Very hard. One of them that I do like is Chicago. I love that movie.
That's excellent.
That's a fucking great movie. But it's about like a murder mystery too, so it's kind of fun.
Well, it's also a stage play transposed, right? Transposed to the screen. So they just do the Broadway play musical over and over again. Yeah, or they do it, line for line, I should say, over and over again. I'm done talking. Sorry.
That's okay.
Got stupid there for another minute.
Next up, a father vows to get his son a Toberman action figure for Christmas. However, every store is sold out. He must travel all over town and compete with everybody else in order to find one. Most importantly, Sinbad the Mailman. And it has the Big Show in it. We're talking about Jingle All the Way versus a newly fostered young boy in search of his mother instead finds unexpected superpowers and soon gains a powerful enemy. Talking about Shazam, which takes place in Philadelphia, by the way. Brandon.
Are you guys familiar with the Shazam Mandela
hell yeah.
effect thing?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Please tell me you watched Kazam.
I'm so fucked up. I'm so fucked up by that I read this list and I was like, Shazam with Sinbad, seen it, don't need to rewatch it. Don't remember it being a Christmas movie, but I've seen it. It still doesn't exist. I still haven't watched Shazam. either way, the Big Show and Arnold Schwarzenegger going after a Turbo Man action figure. If I had a wall behind me like Chris does, there would definitely be a Turbo Man on it. Big fan of that movie. One for Jingle All the Way.
I really like Shazam.
Okay.
Shazam does not have Arnold Schwarzenegger going, he's Superman. And it's a lot of Arnold being Arnold in that movie.
Yeah, there is.
Along with him being a shitty father.
Yes. Terrible father. At least he didn't take him to a strip club, the kid. Could have done that.
So
The premise of that movie is basically, oh shit.
Go all the way on here. That's got to move up.
Brandon?
The premise of this movie is basically, oh shit, I should have got that toy.
Yes.
I was
Wait a
supposed
minute.
to get
Not
that
only
toy.
should he have gotten it to it, he's loaded, if I'm not mistaken. So there's no excuse as to why he didn't have it 6 months before.
Jingle All the Way goes through. I also vote for Jingle All the Way. Next up. A movie that has been announced this year that will be playing 24 hours a day. Raised as an oversized elf, Buddy travels from the North Pole to New York City to meet his biological father, Walter Hobbs, who doesn't know he exists and is in desperate need of some Christmas spirit. We're talking about Elf. Goes against. After an accident that left murderer Jack Frost dead in genetic material, the vengeful killer returns as a murderous snowman to exact his revenge on the man who sent him to be executed. About 1997's Jack Frost, straight to video. Brandon.
Chilling and killing Jack Frost. This is the Jack Frost is unabashedly a complete piece of shit that I watched on YouTube yesterday. From the dialogue to the special effects to the fact that it's a 10-foot tall murderer made of snow. Elf is overplayed. I really don't give a shit for either of these, but I think I will go with Elf here.
Chris?
So it's not so creative deaths and horrible dialogue, horrible editing. Fucking the dude that actually the killer that turns into the snowman couldn't possibly have more punchable face. It's just fucking horrendous. And I can't stand Will Ferrell movies, so we're gonna go with Jack Frost.
Something about Will Ferrell, man. He just rubbed me the wrong way.
This was his peak. Like, this is where he peaked. And this was this big hit. So are we tied right now?
Yeah, we're tied. You get the tiebreaker.
Okay. So Elf, very cute, very fun, lovable. I laugh along with it still. I watch this, I go, haha, that's pretty funny. Jack Frost had one of those covers in the Blockbuster that if you moved it different directions, he was a happy snowman.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he was
Right,
an
I
evil
remember
snowman
that.
if you moved it another way. I got to go with Jack Frost just for that.
So hold on, Will. I want to see something.
You could run your fingernails across the top of it and be like,
Yeah, those hologram of baseball cards. All right, the last bracket.
Now there was actually, I'm sorry, there was actually 2 Jack Frosts that came out.
Yeah, of course.
One of them was the year
One's-
later.
Yeah, one was like, hey, I'm a dad.
Yeah,
And one was,
starring
hey,
Michael
I'm a
Keaton.
killer.
Starring Michael Keaton.
Did you watch the wrong one, Chris?
No, of course not. I know exactly which one we had to watch.
The Griswold family. Oh, let's move on. Sorry. What's the bracket name? The Carney Conference. The Griswold family plans for a big family Christmas. The Griswold family's plans for a big family Christmas predictably turn into a big disaster. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation versus miserable con man and his partner pose as Santa and his little helper to rob a department store at Christmas Eve. But they run into problems when the con man befriends a troubled child. Talking about Bad Santa. Brandon, who you got?
probably the 2 funniest Christmas movies that are out there going head to head in round 1, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Christmas Vacation, I would put above Bad Santa, except for the fact that Chevy Chase is a pig dick idiot and everybody hates working with them. So I'm just going to go with Billy Bob and Bad Santa here.
Of whom no one has any bad words to say, Billy Bob.
Everybody likes Billy Bob.
Everybody hates fucking Chevy Chase. Chris.
Shit happens when you party naked. I was looking at this. I was like, ooh, that's a tough one. Then I thought about it for a second. I was like, no, it ain't. He's butt fucking. He's fucking. They're living in a house of a fucking woman with dementia, I think. I don't know what the fuck's going on. He's
Thurman
beating his
Merman.
shit. Thurman Merman. He's beating the shit out of teenagers. It's got the fucking greatest thing ever when he's eating the sandwich. Go ask Santa go talk to Santa. I'm on my fucking lunch. He just got their food hanging out of his. There's something about a disgusting Santa Claus that just is fucking phenomenal. I'm going with Bad Santa here.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to throw. I love fucking National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I think it's probably my favorite Christmas movie. I would vote for that but it's going up against Bad Santa. Just kind of like no one loses. If you had to watch these two movies, you're not losing at this
Yeah,
point.
look, if you're somehow listening to this for recommendations, I would watch Christmas Vacation first if you haven't seen it, but I don't feel like continuing to talk about Chevy Chase and his bum ass personality, so Bad Santa's moving on.
There you go. Good choice. Next up, getting close to finishing out the first round. While Batman deals with a deformed man calling himself the Penguin, wreaking havoc across Gotham with the help of a cruel businessman, a female employee of the latter becomes the Catwoman with her own vendetta. Batman Returns versus heartless millionaire believes he is Santa Claus after an accident renders him amnesiac. Hulk Hogan stars in Santa with Muscles. Brandon.
I'm surprised Santa with Muscles has not come up before. Again, an unabashed piece of shit. The Hulkster is drugged through 97 minutes of film by Donna's dad from that 70s show. And some of the worst acting that you will ever see. And I was really starting to tune out of this, and then Ed Begley Jr. shows up, and I'm like, what that went wrong in this guy's life that he took this gig? He's like pushing little kids around in this crystal cave underneath. The plot of it was a little bit hard to follow. Santa with Muscles is not getting a vote from me. We're going to go with DeVito and Batman. That's who he's up against, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris?
The Penguin.
The best thing about Santa with Muscles was that I watched it on Tubi, and beforehand they had an advertisement for this giant Hot Wheels garage with a T-Rex that goes down as the cars go, and you got to beat the T-Rex, and the announcer goes, "Oh, the T-Rex got your friend," and then he pooped them out. And the car came out of the T-Rex's like butthole area under his tail. This movie's fucking just, it's fucking a piece of shit, dude. It's not even fucking remotely entertaining. It's fucking horrible. And it has two Bad 70s. Mila Kunis is in this movie.
That's right.
He's a little kid. And I don't know. I'm watching. I'm like, is her voice dubbed? Because I'm pretty sure she had a pretty thick Russian accent when she was a little kid.
She still does.
But yeah, this wasn't good. And look, I fucking love the Michael Keaton Batmans. I think they're fucking great. I got to go with Batman Returns on this.
Yeah, Batman Returns is my favorite Batman movie by far.
Yeah, it's got character to it. None of the other ones really do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of style. It's very stylized, and just as a film, it has a lot of character.
Yeah.
There's another movie like this that we're going to get to shortly here, but Santa with Muscles at the end did breach the point of complete chaos where it had a little hint of charm to it, but it was way too late. Like I was so zoned out by that point. But
Batman Returns goes through.
Yep.
Next, an artificial man who was incompletely constructed and has scissors for hands leads a solitary life. Then one day, a suburban lady meets him and introduces him to her world and destroys it. Edward Scissorhands. I added that last one. During their Christmas break, a group of sorority girls are stalked by a stranger. 1974's Black Christmas. Brandon.
These were two movies that I hadn't seen until Jimmy sent out the list, if you can believe it, especially Eddie S. Hands. And fired both of them up pretty quickly. Probably two of my favorites that I watched recently here. I think Edward Scissorhands. It's one of those movies where the whole was better than the sum of the parts. The plot's kind of stupid. It is what it is. He certainly does have scissors for hands, and but it's charming and grows on you. Black Christmas, though, I did not know this existed. Halloween kind of jacked this movie's whole shit here. There's so much of it is taken from it. I'm going to go with the Black Christmas.
Chris?
So we actually saw Edward Penis Hands in the movie theater.
Yes, we did.
And there, Brandon, too. Okay, before you asked, there actually was an adult film called Edward Penis Hands. There was a time in the 90s where it was very en vogue to remake popular films as pornographic films, and Edward Penis Hands had two giant dildos on the end of his arms.
Yep, they came too.
Yeah.
Was that John Wayne Bobbitt? Was Edward Penis Hands? Did they have to stick his
No,
dick
he's
back
Franken
on?
Penis.
That's Frankenpenis. But I'm gonna steal this from what Brandon sent us. I'll lick your pretty pig clit. I'm like a tuna farm, baby.
What does that even mean, man?
Need I
know.
say more?
Do you know that? And my wife actually gave me this tidbit. Black Christmas is the first film to use the trope of the call is coming from inside the house.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's the first one before When a Stranger Calls.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes through on that.
The question remains: how do you make a phone call from inside the house?
I don't know.
It's fucking impossible.
I don't know. Maybe
impossible.
you could at some point.
You got to steal the neighbor's phone, run a big cable over it.
The call is coming from inside the house, and then they know. The cops know.
There's some good parts of it too, where they're like,
Really good.
the cops are just completely inept from the get go. You get it's got fucking Lois Lane in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in it. Yeah, it's pretty wild. This movie. All right, let's move on. Got that.
You forget that there was like a 20-year period where that was the scariest type of person you could run into, somebody who knew how to fuck with the outside of your house to fuck all your shit up. All these movies are like, oh no, they cut all the cords to the house. What do we do?
Just go run. Nobody ever thinks to just go running out like down the street like a loser.
Fire!
They
Well,
took
you know,
down the house from the outside.
It's also funny though when you look at it, when you watch any of these movies and you think of the world we live in today, as soon as anyone saw, I always go back to Halloween. As soon as anybody saw him walking down the street in the middle of the day, especially in a small town, the fucking cops would have been called immediately.
Yeah,
Like it wouldn't have gone maybe in 1979, but in 2022, no, that would it would be done before it started.
I just noticed a misspelling.
Is it the first Halloween where, like, in the maybe it's Halloween 2 where the cops accidentally pin some guy between their car and a van and burn him alive,
Halloween
That's
2,
Like
yeah.
the first
and they just
15
keep it
minutes.
moving? They're like, we got.
I think we got him. And now it's just another guy wearing a
You just
Captain Kirk mask
executed
painted white. All right, last matchup of the first round. A boy who has a bad Christmas accidentally summons a festive demon to his family home. Talking about 2015's Krampus. And a selfish, cynical TV executive is haunted by three spirits bearing lessons on Christmas Eve. Bill Murray in 1988 Scrooged. Brandon, got.
I watched Krampus. It was a 2017 Elder porno with
Krampus. Little typo.
where a bunch of old guys got their dicks sucked by ladies that were hanging upside down in the chimney.
What? You got to make that movie. Wrestling is Hard podcast. Proof of concept.
Yeah,
In case
right.
anybody steals it.
Scrooge, I thought was decent. This was the first one I watched I hadn't seen. The couple spots that are funny, I guess it just kind of comes down to how into Bill Murray I was, and it wasn't that much that night. Krampus is like kind of this weird kitschy spot it lands in. There's fucking 8 of them for some reason.
Wait, did you watch the right one?
2000. Does it have the guy from Step Brothers in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, if you go on Peacock, there's like Mother of Krampus 2,
Really?
Krampus the Return, Krampus. For the most part, it was kind of in one year, out the other, and there's like an hour of just generic holiday bullshit in the front end of this movie. So I'm gonna go with Scrooged.
Chris, we got.
So I'm kind of glad this ended up the way it did, so I don't have to do what I wanted to do, but I'll do it anyway. Fuck it.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Krampus. I have no idea. I'm getting the fuse is burning down to the nub here. Krampus came out when everybody had their nose so buried so far in Krampus's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was
Actually,
Krampus.
The bad end of that too. They were too late. They honestly were too late.
Yeah, they were a little too late. It had no mystery to it.
That's just a great.
So I didn't
line.
even
Everybody
fucking
had
watch
their
it.
nose of Krampus.
I didn't even fucking watch it. I've never seen it. We'll never watch it. Fuck it. Scrooge, in my opinion, it's the fucking perfect Bill Murray movie. I fucking love this movie. I think it's great. It's got David Johansen as the fucking Ghost of Christmas Past.
Yeah, that's great.
So good. Every time, even now, and I must have seen it 20 times, when the kid talks, the Tiny Tim character at the end of the movie, when he speaks, it fucking gets me every time. So I'm going to go with Scrooge on this one. Him doing Richard Burton.
Yeah, that's great.
Fuck, man. He goes from like sympathetic. He like this natural transition from like sympathetic to complete fucking asshole, bringing everybody down around with him. Yeah, I think this movie's fucking fantastic.
There you go. Goes through.
What
let's
would
move
you
on
have
to the
picked,
next?
Jim?
I would have picked Scrooge. I love it. I watch it every year. I like exposing people to it too. So Brandon never saw it, so I'm glad he watched it. That was a movie that like our mom loved. And we probably would have never seen it if she didn't watch it 100 times. And owned
Really?
it. Yeah, on VHS. So it was like, holy shit, that's fucking funny as hell. Yeah, I like that movie.
I mean, it just starts off nuts. You're like, oh, this is good shit.
Yeah. All right.
Just
It's got a lot of actors in
a
it,
gun
too. It's really
case.
Yeah, it's got fuck, who's the guy that plays the ghost? The first ghost. Who's that actor? Fuck. That doesn't matter.
He plays he plays the Jacob Marley-esque character. I'll tell you.
I was watching Scrooge in my girlfriend's parents' house in her childhood bedroom because we have to sleep over Thanksgiving night, and just like focusing on the movie and slowly getting hit with waves of like, oh my god, I have to watch 15 more Christmas movies. Like as the movie escalates, I'm realizing all the stuff that I have to watch. So that could have impacted the experience, to be fair.
Right. All right, let's move on. So second round. Let's go back to the Poops Pants Conference. We got Trading Places versus Home Alone. Brandon, who you got?
Home Alone.
Okay. Chris?
I think you know the answer to that question.
I know.
Trading Places.
I'm also with Trading Places. I do not like Home Alone.
Boom, boom, boom.
Next up, Elves versus Lethal Weapon.
No, this is hard.
I mean, if we want to set up a sequel here and have an Elves watch along, Elves is going to have to advance.
I also select Elves.
Chris, what would you have
Chris,
picked?
what would you have picked?
I think I have to take Elves.
Yeah.
I mean, Lethal Weapon just got a bad draw.
Next up,
I'm not a pervert.
I just like big tits. You've got great tits, and you're my sister. I'm gonna tell all my friends.
Says all the most pervious things you could say in a row.
Right. And then he's sympathetic at the end. You're supposed to be rooting for him. Fuck this kid. Fuck that little shit. Worst kid ever.
I love that. I'm not saying anything groundbreaking here, but the way these horror movies just they make you want to watch these people die. It's fucking brilliant. Like the bad guys aren't really the villain. There's only one sympathetic character, and that's usually the one who makes it.
Well, the mom kills the cat, and as soon as she kills the cat, you're like, oh, this bitch got to die. You know what I mean? As soon as you kill a pet, you got to die.
You got to go.
Yeah, Brandon.
Was it Jack Frost where they killed kids? One of these I watched that they killed a kid off in it.
Yeah, Jack Frost. The one
Jack
kid
Frost.
gets his head cut off by a
Yeah,
sled.
that's pretty funny.
He gets his head cut off by his sled. He gets his head. This is after he acts like a jerk off.
Uh-huh.
He gets his head cut off by a sled. He's laying on the ground. The sled rides over his head, cuts it off, but yet for some reason his head goes flying through the
Flying through the air.
Taking a kid out in a shitty movie is pretty funny.
It's hilarious. Nobody cares about kids, especially if they're jerks. You kill a pet, it's not their fault. All right, next up we got Kiss Kiss Bang Bang versus a Muppets Christmas Carol. Go ahead, Brandon.
I'm going with my Muppets here. My Muppetes.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Mupes as well.
Last in the Western Conference. Jingle All the Way versus Jack Frost. Brandon.
I mean, I think we just discussed this one. Fuck. Kid's head getting lapped off with the snowmobile. It's very year of total annihilation.
Yeah, it is. Chris.
It's a tough one. You know what? I'm going to make it interesting. I'll go Jingle All the Way with Arnold.
I got to go Jack Frost. It's a fucking terrible film. I love it. Everybody should have to watch it.
And just so you know,
1997.
I went with Jingle All the Way because, you just mentioned it, that it was the total 2022 was total annihilation. 2021 was the year of no mercy. And 2023 is everything will be done Sumerian style. So we'll be doing things Sumerian style. That was me working out by the fire outside with the kettlebell the other day. Yeah. Playing
Working
the
out,
Kodak song the entire
working
time.
out Sumerian style. Okay.
Sumerian
All
style.
right.
I knew it. All right, next up we got
I'm gonna have to
Gremlins.
figure out how to podcast Sumerian style, but
Sumerian style.
I'm in.
Give people a taste of Sumerian style.
Sumerian
I'm in
style.
About Gremlins versus How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Brandon.
Oh man, can a 25-minute movie make it to the Sweet 16? I'm going to give it a fighting chance. I'll push it along. Or we're in the Elite Eight here, actually.
Yeah, we are. We're getting there.
Get you.
Chris, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Gremlins.
Gremlins. Okay.
That depends on farm.
That's the
Don't think it's
Pensacola
too
Mart
long.
version.
Hmm.
They sell the Gremlins, the Pensacola Mart. The Gremlins.
I will also go with the Gremlins.
All right.
God, I love that I'm trying to think of like a good way to describe Gremlins and why it's so good, but at the same time, it's more important that for some reason it's now become synonymous with going to a strip club. Get the Pensacola Mart.
Yeah, I mean, Gremlins deserves a more in-depth analysis by us than we've given it so far, but boy, is that pretty fucking funny.
It's got what's her name? Phoebe Cates in it. There you go.
Cates.
The fucking-
Whose father dies in the movie trying to crawl down the chimney and breaks his neck and gets stuck in it.
Gets stuck. Can't get out, dies. That's why she doesn't like Christmas.
And that old lady gets shot up on the on the elevator, the chair. What do they call those things? The hover round, whatever.
Well, it's not a hover round. I forget what it's called. The chair that goes up the stairs.
The chair lift.
Climb. What's it called? It's got a name. Something.
I don't
Climb.
know.
And
The
she's
commercials
Flo.
aren't on
She's
anymore.
Flo from Alice,
Yep.
the TV show Alice.
Now it's just walk-in bathtubs and did you get sick at Camp Lejeune commercials all day long?
Oh my God!
this
Yeah, what
hover-
happened to the mesh? Wasn't there one where it was like the
Yeah,
mesh?
the transvaginal mesh.
Transvaginal mesh.
Speaking of
Camp
Christmas,
Lejeune.
transvaginal mesh orchestra.
If we put your groin back together with an old basketball jersey, we've got a big problem. You're going to want to call us.
If you were camped at Camp Lejeune and you were sucking on shit water for 30 years, you might be sick. Give us a call. Next up, Santa's Sleigh, starring Bill Goldberg, versus Die Hard. Brandon.
Oh boy, Die Hard here. Die Hard is just absolute chef's kiss.
Chris?
Yeah, I got to go with that. Die Hard. Santa Sleigh. You had your run is over.
He's running around barefoot for most of the movie, blowing people and killing them.
Oh, you know what was funny in Santa's sleigh at the end? He's going to the airport. He's got the
credits.
chopper shit on. The Paul Tuttle shit.
Fuck him, Goldberg.
Ugh,
God,
worth
you
a
know what
watch,
he
though.
did? You know what he did on Thanksgiving? Bill Goldberg. He watched the marathon of Yellowstone. He definitely watched the
He's
Oh,
Yellowstone.
definitely Yellowstone man.
Yeah.
Next up, Bad Santa versus Batman Returns. Go ahead, Brandon. You're up.
BS versus BR.
Yeah.
Can I take a pass on this one? Let you guys go around. I need
Yeah,
some
go
more.
ahead. Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with BR. So fucking cool, that movie holds up really well too, man. I mean, Bad Santa is fucking so funny, but Batman Returns, man, best Batman movie, I think.
Yeah, I already said that, and it's true. Batman Returns is the best Batman movie.
All
I
right,
picked
there we
Batman
go.
Returns, so you don't even have a choice. I took away your democracy, brother. What would you have taken?
Probably Batman Returns. Clean sweep. I think Bad Santa's had its run. We had our fun with that.
Fuck me, Santa. Fuck me, Santa. Next up.
What does Danny DeVito yell? All right, we'll go to the next round.
Oh, good.
What does Danny DeVito yell out when he's like in that sewer? He's like, "I'm not a man. I'm an animal."
Fish.
Raw fish.
Danny DeVito. Now he's sliding out of leather couches naked.
He's got a donk on him in that movie.
You see there's footage out where Michelle Pfeiffer, when she was doing the whip scene with the mannequins, she practiced a couple times. She was able to knock the heads off of all of them, all three of them, in one take. It's pretty fucking amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did it in one take, and then they all like started applauding. She just practiced for like a while, and then was just like, okay, I can do it. Pretty cool.
That is cool.
Black Christmas versus Scrooge. Brandon, who you got?
I'm going BC here. Black Christmas.
Chris?
I'm going Scrooged.
All right, I'm taking Black Christmas.
No.
Oh, over
All the
Mom's
classics.
favorite holiday classic.
Mom's dead. All right, let's move on. Mom stayed with the guy that took us to the strip club. All
Yeah,
right.
for 50 years, whatever it was.
Elite 8 time. Trading Places versus Elves. Brandon.
1 over 2 elves. Grizzly Adams busting into your kitchen trying to figure out what's going on with the Nazis.
Smoking cigs the whole time.
It smells like cheap cigarettes.
His fucking dye job too. He had this like awful
Everything
orange
about it.
blood.
The guy lost his job and there's a dead Santa, so he just decides to sneak in and live in the mall and smoke cigs.
Sounds like my childhood. Ooh, Chris. Trading Places versus
How can
Elves.
I argue this? There's no arguing it.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
So funny. Elves it is. Next up. Muppets Christmas Carol versus Jack Frost. The murder Jack Frost, not the good father Jack Frost. Brandon?
I'm gonna go Muppets here for some little volatility and potentially in the Final Four. It's up to you guys where this goes from here.
Chris?
you go, Jim.
I'm going with Muppets.
Yeah, I was going Moupes as well.
All right, we're getting there. Next up, here's a tough one. Gremlins versus Die Hard. Brandon, who you got?
Die Hard.
Chris?
I'm going to go Die Hard as well.
Ooh.
Nakatomi Tower.
Last matchup of the Elite Eight. Batman Returns versus Black Christmas. Brandon, good.
Now we got BR versus BC. I think
Yes, we do.
BC is it's very interesting for me to watch that, but this is about as far as it deserves to go.
Chris?
You go, Jim.
It's BC. No, BR. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. I was going
Batman.
BR as well.
Batman Returns. All right,
Worth to
cool.
watch though if you haven't seen it.
Final Four. Here we go. The Elves. It's just called Elves. Don't look up The Elves. There's like 45 movies with elves in it. Took me a little time. I watched 10 minutes of the wrong movie before I realized. I was like, and the movie I always watched was fucking terrible. We were sitting there going, what the fuck is this? What the fuck am I watching? And then eventually it was just like, wait a minute. We had to check the dates. And I was like, oh, okay. We're watching the wrong movie. And then we did not regret it because he's talking about his sister's tits within the first 20 minutes. Elves versus Muppets Christmas Carol. Brandon.
Yeah, both movies have made me tear up for different reasons here in the last couple of days. But I think we always think about when we had the most fun doing this podcast, it was Jake the Snake falling off the thing. I think the hardest I've laughed since then was just when I got that video, the only thing that could come out of my mouth was, holy shit.
And I warned you guys, I said that there was a spoiler warning. Because like when we saw it, we had to watch it 3 times. We were so blown away that it was so fucking ridiculous. Like I was
all I could say was, holy shit.
What the fuck did he say? Jesus. Chris, who you got? Elves versus Muppets.
Oh fuck, man. Oh, God, this is it's not even. There's no competition. It's fucking Elves.
Elvis is like a 15 seed that gets hot from the 3-point line. It's just these games are happening fast and it's knocking everybody on their ass.
Right. All of a sudden, everybody's talking about how would we not expect Elves to win this?
Yeah.
All right. From the Eastern Conference, we got Die Hard versus Batman Returns. Brandon.
Oh, this is a good one, man. These are 2 of the best movies on here. I think recency bias is tipping me towards Die Hard, and I'll let you 2 sort it out.
Chris?
I don't know, so I'm just going to say Batman Returns, so we have a split decision here.
All right, it's a tiebreaker. Here we go. Anybody doing cocaine in Batman Returns that we see?
Nah.
I don't think that they are.
Die Hard, he's ripping them.
I mean, the Penguin could do.
He's just he's snorting actual snow, not metaphorical snow.
All right, we're going D hard.
D hard A.
D hard. D.
So the final.
I think we did this pretty well here.
Yeah, we did. The final. The masterpiece, Elves versus an okay movie, Die Hard. Brandon, here we go.
Yeah, in real life, the Cinderella story usually fizzles out by this point, but not on the Wrestling is Hard podcast. Let's bring it home. 1989's Grizzly Adam. What's his name?
Dan Fogarty? No, that's something like that.
Bring it home, Daniel.
Dan Haggerty.
Dan Haggerty, written, directed,
starred. Right? Is that who it was? I don't know who the fuck is this. Wait a minute. No, he didn't write it. I made that up. Oh my God! Look at Grizzly Adams. You gotta be fucking kidding me. He's been in a lot of shit. He was in some movie called Wrath of Paul Bunyan, the Axe Giant. Oh my God. Oh,
I mean, there's funny for the podcast, and then there's legit I'm going to be talking to other people about this that I haven't talked about this yet.
Like this is something that will be at the bar all the time.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be in rotation. I don't care if it's Chris's or not.
Let me ask you this. Did you see this before this list?
No. I read the description and I saw Nazis and I saw that Grizzly Adams was in it. I was like, I gotta do this.
So we backed into this one.
Now, I will admit that I have seen the clip of the kid saying his sister has great tits. I have seen that before, but I didn't get any reference. I just thought it was just a shitty bad movie. I had no idea that it was Elves. So when it hit me, I was like, oh my God, what? I had to back it up and I was like, oh shit, I have seen that clip before. Chris, who you got? Elves versus Die Hard.
I don't think there's Grizzly Adams smoking cigs. I mean, what else do you need? It's fucking so good, so bad. It's making me want to throw up laughing.
We haven't even talked about how bad the elf was.
Yeah.
Oh. And it had this like expressive mouth though that was like at one point I think he like jumps on a kid and starts puking on him or something. I
Like
don't fucking know.
sweaty.
He's always wet.
There's like an
Elves.
inbred thing to this.
Yeah,
Like
it's the grandfather
somebody's
fucked the
dad is
mother.
yeah.
The grandfather fucked the mother, and then that's who the kid who is the inheritor of the elf, who will have super children. And then at the end scene, we get a cutaway. It's an embryo pulsating. We get a weird embryo scene at the end after the credits. You didn't catch that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was never implied in the movie that
The elf fucked her?
got any. But then they're like, well, there might be a second one of these.
The elf plowed her at some point. The
Yeah.
sister with the big
Yo,
tits.
fuck, dude. There's only one way it could happen.
Yo, they fucked me. Yo, they fucked. Unbelievable. Yeah, elves goes through. Elves is not in our opinion. In the opinion of anyone with any common sense, the greatest Christmas film of all time. How do you think we did, Brendan?
I mean, I'm very pleased with this. You know, I wasn't sure where it was going to go. I knew it wasn't going to be chalk,
Right.
and I think
you
we found
you
our
didn't think White Christmas was going to make it to the final?
right. So I knew this was going to go somewhere. There was a couple contenders, and then for someone that watched 2/3 of these in the last 72 hours, Elves towards the end of that, I'm like, boy, this team has potential. They get hot from the line.
Chris, how do you think we did?
I mean, I discovered the greatest movie I never knew existed.
Can't wait to watch it again.
We're opening people's eyes to things on this podcast.
That's right. New perspectives, as
Mhm.
in anything with Grizzly Adams is going to be good.
What was the
Anything
other
where-
one? Paul
in-
Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan, jungle rapist.
Holy shit, there's a picture of him. He was in a movie. He was in Big Stan. He was in a film called
Big
Abducted and Abducted 2.
We might just have to start watching these and talking about them. This might.
Oh, wait, that might be Paul Bunyan. It was Paul Bunyan. What the fuck was it? The Troll Hunter or some shit?
Axe
Giant. The Wrath of Paul Bunyan. He's dead too. We'll never see another movie of his. R.I.P. Grizzly Adams. You know what? I saw it. I didn't realize it was Grizzly Adams at first. And I was like, oh shit, that's Grizzly Adams. I know him from somewhere. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh shit, it is Grizzly Adams. Time to be alive, brother. There you go. I think we did well. Good job. I'm on vacation. So see when we get back. We'll talk about wrestling when we get back.
Have
Right?
fun.
All right. Thanks for joining us this week and join us here every week. Oh, and if you have any ideas for brackets or stuff like that, feel free to shoot us an email or DM us on Instagram or Twitter. Thanks for joining us this week and join us here every week at Wrestling is Hard. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at hard4wrestling. Subscribe, follow, tell your friends. For Brandon and Chris, I'm Jim. We'll be back here next week with wrestling.